Hello.
Hello, everybody. I'm TWK, and he is not Foda.
No, but that's what it says. I'm Foda for today.
Yeah.
I'm filling in because Foda is unfortunately under the weather. He's trying to get all his sickness out now so that when the holidays come, he's perfectly healthy. That's the strat. Yeah. So today, of course, it is our very weekly esports dev stream, and we like to go over esports stuff. Today, we're going to kind of look back at the year of 2019.
It's been a wild year.
Yeah, it's been like we talked a little bit about this year, like just a brief moment ago, and I honestly was like, oh, wow, that happened this year.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, we'll be touching on all those as we move through the day.
Yeah. We're looking at both Twitch and YouTube chat, so hello to both of y'all.
Yeah.
Of course, we like to watch both. I don't know if Pro Brawlhalla Bot is running. If I don't notice Pro Brawlhalla Bot, then we'll just roll extra at the end of the stream.
Nice. Makes sense.
But yeah, we got some cool graphics. Shoutouts to Bagel for these. You might have already seen them because they've been posted on their Twitter, their social medias.
Yep.
And all of that is also leading into a bigger post that they're working on. They couldn't get it out. Like, they were trying to get it out in time with this, and I'm being like, oh, it's super cool. But instead, they kind of gave me some graphics, gave me some data. We can go over that as well. And then y'all can look forward to that post going out on their website, Brawlhalla. Not Brawlhalla.com. www.bagelproductions.com. So,
nice.
Yeah. Let's bring up this graphic. I don't know, like, it's super tiny. I didn't plan this far ahead, apparently. Let me do this for you.
I mean, it's super tiny for us. For those of you that are, like, you know, watching in, like, theater mode or full screen or what have you, probably all looks fine. But
we have it in this tiny little box. But anyways,
we got to slap it over here on our other monitor. Take a look. So, you said Bagel tossed this together.
Yeah. It's, this is a really cool, like, visual of the year in the sense that it's like, hey, here's all these tournaments that happened. You see it's got like the seasonals, it's got online and offline, and then it has the winners of these. This is the 2v2 graphic, as you can see that there's two people in each of these.
Yep.
And then there's one specifically for the 1v1s.
I'm noticing a theme.
Is it that wearing blue is really advantageous?
Yeah, something like that. Something
Maybe.
like that.
I'm just seeing a couple people in purple and blue. But yeah, what are you noticing, I guess?
I mean, if you've got Storm in your handle somewhere, it's pretty good. Whether it be a Sandstorm or your sponsor Tempo Storm, usually lands you in one of these pictures here.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty good.
A lot of Sandstorm and Boomy.
I think the text that came with this was that of the 22 events or something like that, or sorry, no, of the 17 events, Boomy won 15. Hold on.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like Boomy won a lot. Yeah, 17 events. Boomy won 11 of them with 3 different teammates. So I slightly misquoted, but still, the idea is there. Boomy ridiculous in 2v2s. I think he's made a very good claim to be one of the best 2v2 players in the game right now.
Yeah, absolutely wild. Because we see him sitting down, what is that? Brawl at the Beach, down center left. He was with, what is that, Cody Travis sitting there. And then you head down 2 from there, Call of the Octo Brawl, Boomy and the 2-time LDZ.
Yeah, LDZ. What's the third one that he won with someone else?
Sandstorm.
Oh, that's right. That makes sense.
The usual teammate.
The obvious.
The one that's in all the other pictures.
For some reason, I was thinking he won with other teammates because I was still thinking of like how he won with like Daiku last year. Right?
Yep.
And so I was like, it's Boomy and Sandstorm and then 3 other ones. No, that's right. That's how numbers work.
Yeah, so he's just an absolute monster.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I think of the offline events, Boomy and Sandstorm only didn't win 2 of them. Is that right? Low Tier City with Remy and Faison.
Yeah.
Right middle. And then Wrenched and... Oh, sorry, no. Little Capped and iThrow won DreamHack Montreal.
Yep.
Which one did Wrenched and Coslex win one? Am I crazy? I'm crazy.
Oh, geez. Man, this is where we need another one of their graphics
like
for like
the
whole list view, you know?
But yeah, that's the 2v2s. Is there anything really cool that you're like, hey, this is my favorite part of 2v2s? I don't know. You like 2v2s way more than I do. So.
I do. I mean, all right. So this was like a very interesting year for 2v2s, especially the way that it began, because we saw the Winter Championship, and that's where a lot of teams started breaking out. Okay, you need a 2v1 combo.
Yeah.
Like, this is something that you absolutely have to have if you are going to be a viable competitive team. You need to be able to just like, oh, we got the touch, we got the knockout. That's it.
You need to be able to take advantage of the power plays.
Yeah, and that's why when we started going into final round, the first LAN of the year, that's where we saw a shift in, okay, everyone has identified every single team has their knockout combos. If you get touched, you are gone. Now we need to find ways, how are we going to interrupt those and save my teammate?
Yeah.
So we started seeing, oh my gosh, they got the hit, they started the combo, and they'd get like 2, maybe 3 hits into it, and then the teammate would find the correct path to swoop in. And it was really just about how quickly can you identify that they are going for the single target and interrupt that plan.
Yeah, not only that, but like how quickly you can like get your 2v1 started more than the other team, right?
Yep.
Like kind of that frequency of getting those initial hits, because even if it doesn't lead to the full kill, like getting that like quick burst of damage was always really valuable.
Oh yeah.
And in that regard, I think that's one thing that like obviously you're gonna see a lot of Boomy and Sandstorm talk because they're dominating the 2v2s. One thing that I really have to commend them for is their ability to adapt over the year, because you see them like start with this double scythe thing that was going on.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, okay, that's the meta. How do we play around this? And then like Cody Travis and Asidru kind of had the best answer to that. And then suddenly you started seeing Boomy Sandstorm go, okay, well, that's not going to work anymore. Now what's the new hotness? Is it Zol and Thor, I think is what they brought out. And then you see that like kind of slowly shift. You see Boomy try some other things to go along with it. And ultimately it was what? Cassidy, Zol was the final combination. It was really cool to see that kind of transform over the year.
Yeah, especially, just going along with that 2v1 combo as like some of the focus, like especially towards the last half of this year, the last third, the final couple tournaments, it became really prevalent that you would sneak in your 2v1 combos while the opponent was there. You would find ways to kind of dance around them. You know that they're going for the interrupt, so you start going for a bit more vertical plays, some different ladders.
Yeah, the ways that people shifted that 2v1 was always really cool. Or like, I don't know, it's really random, but like specifically the 2v1 that they did at low tier with the Petra. Like Petra had just come out, like a week and a half ago, I want to say.
I think it was 15 days.
Okay, yeah, it was like very recent to that tournament. And Boomy just picked it up, and they already had a 0 to death combo.
Yeah,
that they were like literally labbing at the venue, and that's just super cool to see. Is them being able to kind of throw this new thing into it, but also still able to convert that into this huge stuff. But yeah, that was 2v2s. How about some 1v1s?
Oh, you've already got them on deck.
Yeah, I got these graphics.
Beautiful
production value. And this is the same idea, right? It's like these are all of the events that happen. It even includes the Paris Games Week qualifiers you see at the very bottom, but it's got like all the seasonals, the majors, these offline events. And as you might be able to tell, Sandstorm won quite a few.
Yeah, I mean, more than a few. He's showing off like 2 belts over in the CEO picture. He's got the ring at Low Tier City. Man, he's just showing up all the trophies. And you know what? I gotta give shout out. There's a lot of Blue on the screen here. Yeah,
for sure. Blue, I mean, he did really well this year. I mean, he's the #1 EU player for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely scary. He doesn't have, like, the showmanship that you see from, like, North Americans, so I always feel bad for Blue because nobody really talks about him until you go into the EU and you're like, oh, yeah, Blue's, like, crazy good.
He just goes in and gets the job done.
Yeah. He's just very efficient.
All business. Yeah, and I mean, that definitely just kind of comes across in his gameplay as well. It's just very clean, efficient, and you just see like your chances dwindling away as the timer ticks on, and you're like, oh no, I've lost this one.
He's just running away with it. It's very slowly. But I'm gonna bring up this cool graphic of both of them.
Ooh,
There
yes.
we go. See, now you kind of get some perspective.
Nice.
You see Sandstorm 1 CEO and CEO, right? Like you kind of have that.
Yep. I gotta say though, even though we got 2 belts, the double ring was denied.
Yeah, that's true.
Remy and Phazon.
I'm glad that he didn't get 2 rings there. No offense to Sandstorm. Like, that's awesome that he's so good. But the Low Tier City ring is probably one of my favorite, like, unique trophy things that we had for the year. And more people getting access to that makes me very happy, because there's more people with that ring as opposed to Sandstorm, who just
agree.
Like, he probably would have just gotten 1, and Boomy would have gotten the other one. So,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, I do love the gimmick trophies.
yes.
You know, the belts, the rings, whatever else you want to throw on top of that.
I might be also equally biased towards the gimmick trophies.
I know we've talked about this before, and like there's some good ones for sure.
I think what's nice is that it's not all gimmick trophies for us, right? Like we have across the year, there's a lot of those standard, very pretty glass trophies and medals and things like that. But those 1 or 2 gimmick trophies really pop when you have that kind of field of like traditional trophies. And like that's what stood out. Like Sandstorm has a bookcase of his trophies that he showed, and like you can see that like the belt is on the top because it like stands out. It's huge and takes up a lot of space, but also like it kind of builds this entire image. It's really cool.
Yeah, and then the glass trophies going down, and the ring, and then the glass shards for the world championships there. He's got 3 of those now.
Yeah, he has 3 now, because he has 2v2s from this year, 1v1 from this year, and 1v1 last year, which is pretty freaking insane.
Insane. I mean, that doesn't even begin to say it.
But because we're kind of going on this nostalgia trip, I had this question for you prepared.
Okay.
So I gave you some time to think about it.
Yep.
Just like I'm thinking about how the real Timma just subscribed to us.
Ooh, thank you.
Sharing those sub rewards to 5 others in chats. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, I think you can do that now and like toss out emotes for them that they get to use.
Cool.
Like, yeah.
I don't fully understand that. I know it's happened to me where I got an emote
Same.
and I was like, what? I have 1 emote? Okay, and then just spam that emote.
Yeah, that's that's what you do.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you get an emote, you gotta spam it. But I asked you, what was kind of your favorite thing of the 2019 esports? Like, what if, like, when you go back on that nostalgia trip and you're like, what was my favorite moment?
Man, all right. So I did kind of tip my hand a little bit here with what we were talking about before, but final round grand finals of 2v2.
Yes.
That's the one that, like, I don't know, the energy in the room was just absolutely crazy. People were losing their minds because Cody Travis and Isidru had been knocked down into the lower bracket at like the start of top 8 by Boomy and Sandstorm 3-1. So everyone's like, all right, yeah, Boomy and Sandstorm, they look like they're just obliterating everybody. They've got these 2v1 combos on lock. People aren't able to interrupt theirs, but they're interrupting everyone else's. And then grand final time comes, and Rogue Rock comes in with the Twitch Prime.
Right in grand finals.
And just immediately in grand finals, just splits it up there on stage. No, thank you for that. Thank you very much. And CEO of Bedtime.
Oh, okay. He's the officer of Bedtime.
Yes.
That's an important person to have in your office. But as you were saying, grand finals.
Yeah. So it's basically the first portion of it goes 3-2. Cody Travis and Isidru managed to clutch it out. Like I don't know how Cody managed to survive as many times as he did. Like, he can just put a team on his back and like clutch out the game that is absolutely necessary. So game 5 manages to reset it. Then they go another best of 3 set, goes all the way to another game 5. So it's game 10 of grand finals, as far as it can possibly go. People are just like screaming, losing their minds, just hoping to see, because this was the first LAN of the year.
Yeah.
So everyone was like, oh man, Boomy, absolute powerhouse, and Sandstorm, just hot off of his first World Championship win, and he placed like top 3 for 2v2 at the World Championship last year. So of course, they were the favorites to win at the time. And here was Cody and Isidru just taking them to task, bringing them to the brink. And man, it was just like such an amazing back and forth set.
Yeah.
So that was one of my personal favorites.
I feel so horrible because I was like sick during that. So I didn't get to fully experience it. I was like, I'm super sick. I don't have the energy that everyone else is, but I need to get some like video of what's going on. So I don't even fully I'm not registering what's happening on the screen. I'm just like, all right, people look excited. I'm going to film it. And then like once we came back and I've like rested up and went to go back and watch it, I was like, this is insane. Like this is just legitimately like a crazy way to start our offline events. It was like absolutely exciting. That's just it's a great match to go back and rewatch, and in literally almost any context, it is gonna be enjoyable to watch.
Oh yeah. So you had that question for me, but I'm gonna fire it right back at you.
So I'm my answer is so bad in comparison.
Really?
Well, just because like I'm so selfish and like I gotta say it was top 6 of 1v1s at low tier, man. Like that
okay.
was just like, was it an insane set that is like history making? Not necessarily, but for me, like that is up there in terms of like, that's how I wish every offline event felt, was just like that huge venue, that stage, that production. That's what I wanted. And so like getting to kind of experience that and be there was just super like gratifying to me. The other one is very obviously going to be Super Pro Series Final. Like
that's what I expected to hear from
that's the
way
like
you
obvious
prefaced the
answer.
first one.
Yeah, Super Pro Series Final, obvious answer. Like top like moments of my life. Like sorry if I ever have a child, but that's probably going to beat it. But in terms of like not obvious answers, the Low Tier City Final is also like one of those ones that I was like, this is really fun. And
yeah,
just, like,
I mean that
like
venue is absolutely amazing. The production that was going on there, phenomenal. And I know people that were there spectating other games. Yeah. They were also really enjoying your commentary that was going on. So I understand being a little bit selfish there, but you know what? It's easy to have good commentary when you have like such high-powered matches going on.
Yeah,
in front
for
of
sure.
You.
That was one thing that I really appreciated about Low Tier City is like, I'm very aware of the fact that the people are going to make comparisons. You know, no matter what, people are going to make comparisons. So sitting there and being a part of that, and people just being like, "Hey, this is just really good." Like, screw the comparisons. Like, just sitting there and enjoying it. Like, I just really appreciated that fact.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I super enjoyed Low Tier City. That was probably one of my favorites. Also, you can't go wrong with CEO. Just like for me, Florida is just super fun to be in. I got to experience a lot of food. We ate what is the thing with the shell that opens up? Oysters. That's the word I'm looking for.
Oysters.
You'd think I talk for fun. Oysters. We ate oysters like so much. Another story that I feel bad about is so we do we like send in our receipts right after events.
Oh yeah.
And I felt super bad because when I was going through my receipts, I was like, okay, I spent like $60 on oysters. And then 4 hours later, I spent another $60 on oysters. Because we literally ate there for like dinner and then went back to the venue, finished, and then went and ate there again, hung out on the beach and just like talked, and then went back and ate again.
Oh
it was just like, we spent way too much on oysters at this restaurant. But it was super fun. Florida was one of them. I always like going to Florida. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, CEO is just always a phenomenal event.
Yeah.
Like, definite shout-outs to Jabali who puts that on.
Absolutely. Gotta love him.
Yeah. I mean, he puts so much work. I mean, he's been one of our liaisons for all the Dream Hacks that we've been attending, and, you know, CEO Dreamland in previous year, and, you know, as we have mentioned on Twitter, you know, looking forward to next year.
Of course. Maybe some things have been already pre-announced. I think one question that I have for you that I haven't prefaced you on.
Okay.
One of the few offline events that I didn't get to go to that you did was DreamHack Montreal.
Yeah.
And I want to know if you have any cool stories from DreamHack Montreal.
Man, all right. So, I haven't been able to travel as much this year as I did in previous years. And I think DreamHack Montreal was just really great getting to see everybody again. Like, all the players. I mean, getting to sit down with Pugsy, who also doesn't get to travel all that much, but it was in his neck of the woods, Canada up there. So it was great just getting to sit and chat with everybody. And I don't know. Of course, everyone, whenever I'm there, they always, have their comments of like, "Oh, you see what's going on in that match? Does that seem like a really good option? Maybe a little too good?"
Hey, the move might be a little strong there, huh?
But it's always like great because it's always such a positive feeling behind it and everything. So that's just always awesome. And anytime that I get to commentate events, I absolutely love it. Boomy in chat. Yeah, I gotcha. He says, "Thanks, TWK, for fixing Qatar."
Literally, it was after Montreal that you felt like it. No. But yeah, having that kind of like sit down and talk with the players kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's you get to see the passion behind it all, like especially in person at these tournaments where everything is on the line.
Yeah.
So it just really comes across, and it's something very special,
For sure. I think that's one of the things that always, like, I don't think I'll ever want to not go to offline events because of that, like, that passion, that energy. And it's one of those reasons why I'm always, like, trying to tell people, like, y'all need to go and experience these things in person because, online you get a taste of it. You can hear the audience through the crowd mic. You can hear the energy through the casters, but it's a whole different ballgame when you're literally there in person, sitting there watching these people, and like you can see their gut reactions or see them like stand up immediately and and just see all of that energy and just be a part of that. That's just a whole different thing. And I will always say, like, if you get the opportunity, you should go and scream your freaking head off. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
It's fun.
And just going along with that, I guess to go back and answer your question again with another moment that I just like absolutely loved from this year, even though like I was not there, I had no part in it. Some of them I didn't even know were happening until they did. Noel going to like every single event possible.
Yeah.
Going to even the Red Bull event that was held over in Abu Dhabi and like going to the Paris Games Week qualifiers just to on the off chance of do I get there early enough? Do I get there far enough in front of the line that I get the chance to try and play to get into the bracket? Like, absolutely crazy, and he just delivers every single time.
Yeah, that's something that is really cool about Noel is his willingness to go the distance, and it's something that I don't expect a lot of people to be that willing to go to all of these different locations, especially like in some cases it was like week after week after week of across the world travel. Like, it wasn't all in America or anything like that.
No,
like
I think he did the back-to-back, like Rotterdam, Abu Dhabi, Paris.
Yes. And like you have to commend him for doing that, because that is it's not easy. First of all, just like physically, like it gets draining traveling that much and going through all those different time zones. But then to do that and also perform well at all these events, like it's really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. So shout outs to him, and I just loved seeing pictures from the events of like some of these communities that you don't really get to see very often in any kind of spotlight, and he's out there just having a blast with them all. They're sharing all the photos, like just, oh, Noel's here. We got to get a match against him. We got to see how we stack up. And that's just something that I absolutely love about competitive games, when you can have those regions and circles kind of clash.
Yes, absolutely. it's super cool when you get to kind of see how you actually stack up, right? Like that's what's really cool about the World Championship is that you get to see like Australia and Southeast Asia and South America all travel to one location and fight, and you're not dealing with like latency or anything like that. It's literally just, hey, we're all in the same environment competing against each other, and how do we truly stack up against each other? And you're seeing it kind of more that like we saw Fiend travel out for CEO, things like that. But it's going to be really cool when we start seeing people travel to all those different regions and start seeing how those regions play and match up.
Speaking of Fiend, I caught him streaming earlier today.
Yeah.
And he was doing some like wild one-stock matches.
I saw you
just hop on
talk
in.
about that. I didn't get to watch any, but was it crazy?
Oh, I mean, like, Brazil is kind of a crazy region in general, and Fiend plays absolutely wildly to begin with. So watching him just go at it full bore for one-stock matches, it's just like, oh, you're taking them off stage. Somebody's going down in 15 seconds. Flip a coin to find out who it's going to be. But, he's got a double-headed coin. It was Fiend always came out on top.
Heads
That's just how
He's
it goes.
Two-Face.
It's, oh, jeez. You're right.
You just need someone to throw a bag of coins when he throws the coin, and then he'll fall off the...
That's how you do it.
Yeah. It worked for... Who was the actor in that movie? It was Batman Forever.
Yeah.
I don't remember who I want to say Christian Slater, but I know he didn't play Batman.
No.
It's gonna bother me. But I forgot the word for oysters. So
well, it's either Val Kilmer or George Clooney, or I think it was George Clooney.
Was it Clooney in that one?
I think it might have been the Clooney one, but
I know Clooney was the one with Robin in it.
Yeah, I mean there were like two of them with Robin in it.
Right. I don't
Just depends which one had Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's the real question. Shouts to Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Yep.
That was wild. But hey, chat, what were some of your favorite things that happened this year? I know y'all, some of y'all are very active in our esports. I want to know what some of y'all enjoyed, and while you read their responses, I'm going to see if our pro player is ready.
Ooh. I see some of the classic pro player action going on here. Thanks, Dexter Boot, for saying yes. Kilmer and Clooney both had Robin.
Oh, okay.
They're saying, where's Bubble Tag? It is in the game. You can fire up a custom games list, or grab some of your friends.
Yes, it's in the custom game lobby. We had to take it out of Brawl of the Week for reasons that I don't fully remember, but there was an issue that was happening, so we had to take it out of Brawl of the Week. But it's still there and playable, but it's in the custom game modes.
Yeah, probably keep an eye out for that to spin back up in the future. But it's in the custom game list, so that way you guys can play. I know I've caught defensive streaming a ton of it, and they even with some of the Bagel crew, got the perfect game.
I saw
where they were just like, within a minute they've got all 5 points, just clean sweeping.
I was seeing some people try to speed run Brawl the Bubble Tag, and say, like, I got 45 seconds, new record, things like that.
Oh my gosh. Let's see, will you ever add Kung Foot to tournaments? I hope so. Kung Foot is absolutely wild.
The only reason why we probably won't is because Photo will quit esports and go play Kung Foot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We can't let that happen.
All right. Gabriel, SGBR1, had one of their favorite moments. They're saying when Sandstorm got 2-0 to deaths in a row. That was the one that won him the best 1v1 clip this year.
So this is the one where he 0 to death Noel twice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. Counter argument, how about when Wrenched 3-stock Sandstorm 2 games in a row?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Going there? All right, yeah. I mean, the rise of Wrenched in the last half of the year, absolutely monstrous. Like, I want to see more of that. That's why I'm always just so curious, like, how are people going to kick off the start of the next season?
I mean, that kickoff is very important. You want that momentum.
Yo, Fiend vs. Crocky at BCX this year.
Oh, no.
That's Wangana giving the shout-out to Fiend and Crocky. Timothy, Mountain Dew Grand Finals. Yeah, the Mountain Dew tournament. That was a ton of fun.
That was just a fun tournament overall.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely massive. That was like $40,000 online tournament.
What?
That is wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout outs to that, and I doing the crossover event with them for the OG Charged Colors and the can taunt and everything. Super cool. The UI was beautiful.
Yeah. I still use that taunt from time to time. But without further ado, we've got a show match. You see, one of the names on your screen is Remy, but his opponent is going to be Ethan. You can tell by the In Control avatar that he's got right now. He's part of that In Control nation. I think he's the only person in the game with that avatar.
Yeah, he is In Control's Brawlhalla player, sponsored extraordinaire. All right. So Remy versus Ethan. Remy locking in the Giro here. Ethan on the Thor. Thor's pretty tanky. Giro, not so much.
Not the tankiest. He's 4 defense space. He's also not picking up a weapon. Got a button check.
Giro is 3 defense.
Is he 3?
He's 5'7", 3'7" on the stats. That's 5 strength, 7 dex, 3 defense, 7 speed.
Okay, maybe I think 4 because nobody's crazy enough to not run defense.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people, whenever they see that low defense, they're like, all right, I'm gonna stance that up.
Yeah.
At least until I get my footing in like the first match here.
There's very few players as a whole who are comfortable with that low defense. Like, let's see, Boomy rocked Ember for a little bit, Blue rocked Ember for a little bit, and then Gobi rocks Thatch when he plays. But other than
Crocky
that,
was usually the
Ada.
Ada.
Was on the Ada, of course. LDZ had the Ada for a little bit.
The 2 defense Ada.
Yeah. It's crazy to me.
You know, I mean, hey, defense only matters if you get hit.
That's true.
Just don't get hit.
That's true. You gotta have a lot of confidence in your movement if that's the case.
I mean, Ethan looking like he's got some confidence.
Yeah,
he's doing
he's
all those
practicing
ledge
it.
cancel dashes.
Yo, on a moving platform as well.
Ooh. I think Remy taking some time figuring out, you know.
He's like, I don't...
Well, all right, so I will say when we were setting these up, I saw in Discord that Remy was talking about like putting new keycaps on his keyboard.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he's like still seating them in. And
I
like,
just got the
clicking them down
message.
and-
He's saying he's having keyboard problems.
Oh my gosh. Of course he leaves it to like...
Till right before it's time to play.
He's like, I'm gonna put these new keycaps on right now. Uh-oh, Russian
Dang.
Mafia.
Yeah, I don't think any keycaps is the excuse for that one.
Just straight domination.
I will say having good keycaps is important. You gotta look good. Personally, I'm a fan of the Cherry Blossom keycaps.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Just saying.
So Ethan's got the Thor hammer, tons of damage with every hit. Remy's gotta be careful. Put that speed to use to just avoid all these attacks.
Remy does have the scythe. Very easy to 0 to death if you can get the right reads. Granted, right now he's kind of swinging for the fences.
Yo, okay. Got him off.
All right.
Yes, gravity cancel side signature. I feel like on Jiro's site, that's the signature we probably see the least.
Yeah, that's so weird to me too, because I really like that side signature, but you really see the down signature as like kind of the common option just because of the range it has in front of it.
And then you'll see the neutral just because people like shadow clones.
Yeah, of course. Gotta have that anime moment, just like Steady Heart and come in with that swift subscription.
Remy sneaking back up onto stage, chipping away at Thor's armor here. It's 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Oh no! But interrupting the string, Ethan just grappling him out of there.
You saw for a brief moment that Remy like stopped on the ledge, and I thought that he was thinking about going for the bounce dribble into the downlight off the ledge cancel. And I think just that like moment of thinking about what to do is what threw him off. Looks like are they randoming?
Ooh.
Because they picked those characters really quick. That's the only reason why I think they're randoming, not because it's like weird picks for them. Like Remy teams up with Phazon, who runs the Wushang, so it's not like the weirdest thing in the world. And Ethan likes Spear. It's just they got that really quick.
Yeah, that was very fast, and I don't know. Ethan does like Spear, but is it usually Queen Nai? It's
usually
I haven't seen much of that. It's usually
the
Hattori.
opposite speed.
Like there used to be Mirage in the mix. I think like sometimes there's Bryn, but oh my gosh,
that was a great read.
The signature strengths. Yep.
Is that still true? I know there was a point in time where, or no, it's unjumpable. Right?
It's unjumpable. Right? You can dodge up to get out if your dodge is off cooldown.
Okay.
Because since dodge movement starts immediately, but yeah, you got to be Johnny on the spot with it.
Joel U Vegas, thank you for the subscription. 3 months.
Wow.
Joel U Vegas.
Cool game. Thanks.
I don't think I swear, Joel, I didn't see you at BCX. But I also didn't like say hi to a lot of people at BCX. But I swear Joel was like, I'm going to be there.
There were a lot of people that were... Oh, wow. Remy just sniping out Ethan, trying to get cheeky with those gravity cancel snakes.
Did you see the like read he was going for to the right? Like, he was really expecting Remy to kind of scoot too far to the right, have that jump back and catch him. Would have been cool if it hit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's one of those, like, if it works, you're a genius. If it doesn't, like, wait, man, what are you doing?
You're either going for the highlight play or you're a nutter. Oh, you went last year. Okay.
Oh, yo, Remy, give him the hands.
Oh, snap.
Wow. Okay.
Nice chase down from Ethan. You saw Remy, like, go low underneath the platform in case, like, a weapon toss came out.
Yep.
But that ended up being his downfall.
Ooh, Queen Nai, never die. She's just too tanky. Oh, wow. All right.
Only dies because she doesn't have the movement speed.
Yeah, that is the trade-off. Ooh, Remy with the double side light there.
The reset off the first side light.
You know he was looking for more than just that. Ethan with Katars. How are your Katars, Ethan? Show me something. Or unarmed.
Yeah,
that's fine too.
Like, he's gonna go into the unarmed.
Just slide kick, stomp, bounce him around. Double slide. What? What?
Yeah, Remy's just playing that weapon denial.
I mean, he knows Ethan had the... Oh, no. Downlight side air, not yet enough, but Remy definitely behind. He's deep in the red.
Nice ground pound. Nice side air.
Having to spend that dodge early to get back. Queen Nai's lower movement speed.
Does punish.
Yeah, clean.
Player 1 wins.
Just got to wait for those force palms to come out.
I've definitely been guilty of trying to punish a little bit too early on that.
Oh, yeah?
And then walking into the palms.
Catch the swirl in, and then, you know, Manny, one of our artists in the office, just releases it.
Mm-hmm. It hurts.
Yeah. He plays a lot of gauntlets. It's usually the Mordax. If it's Wushang, it was probably Steven.
Yeah, I don't play against Steven a lot, mostly because, like, Steven ends up playing against Jade, like 9 times out of 10.
Yep.
But definitely eaten that a couple times. But now we're seeing Ethan switch up the characters again over to the Vector.
Interesting. Entirely different weapon spread here. We've got Lance and Bow.
He's got the read.
Oh, wow! That was brutal.
Off the neutral stick to start that one too.
I mean, he just entered full jet mode and took him for a ride.
And I love the fake outs he did where he would like go back and be like, oh, maybe I'll go back towards the stage. Just kidding. Turn around side air.
Oh, man. You know he's looking for another one. Oh, but Remy with other plans.
Ground pound movement on the gauntlets.
I love seeing, when you steer that back towards the edge, because you just get like that visual of like scraping your knuckles along the wall, just ready to slam them down. Ooh, Ethan going for the big reads.
Yeah. It's that jump read.
Oh, caught it that time.
Oh!
The drop bombs? Oh my gosh.
I never see that hit!
I mean, it was the perfect answer there.
That was perfect.
Jeez.
Ethan, play this character more.
I know, Ethan's vector is looking sick. Oh yeah. Laser beam in the sky.
Good old rocket hand.
Give him another one. Oh no! Oh no! Remy caught him with the pogo.
It's okay. He had the extra stock, and he's going to be switching over to Lance again.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of the damage lead. But Remy definitely putting it on right now.
Again, going for that jump read.
That's the conditioning.
Yeah.
He's going to drop the bombs on him again. Oh no, oh no, oh no, you've spent so much!
What?
Oh my gosh.
How does he do
Everyone
it?
just
How does he
spending
do it?
all of their options off stage. Over to the Lance. Oh!
The side sig. Coming in close to the ground. The low flying airplane jet thing.
Somebody was talking about the Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel Championship, and there was the taunt. Remy had it on the end screen there.
That's the sweet taste of victory?
Yes. Yeah, that's the one. All right, you were talking about Thatch when you mentioned low defense
Dude,
legends.
I love Thatch.
I love Thatch too. I saw Fiend during his stream earlier just absolutely obliterate somebody 0 to death like in those one stock matches. So he didn't get touched at all. And it was all due to the Thatch.
The Thatch.
So let's see if Remy's Thatch can respond in kind.
Got all the sigs but the down sig.
Do they have like a bingo card they're trying to fill out or something? Is that how this works?
He's got to get the entire I column. Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh
Went a little
no.
too low.
Went too low and second guy couldn't save him.
Nah.
That's the in-house official name, unofficial official name of Azot's shadowy specter behind him on the bow neutral signature.
I love that because it's just one of those things where no one really had to name it or anything. But then whenever someone got hit by it, they'd be like, second guy!
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Ethan with the axe. Trying to find some big hits. It won't take too many. We were talking about Thatch having incredibly low defense, and every time he gets hit by one of those, jeez.
Yo, interrupted on the down sig as well. Remy's taking some punishment.
Whoa. All right, now he's starting to learn. Oh, yeah, that's right. Just jump forward at him.
Definitely recognizing that Ethan is kind of going for these wild signatures on Wake Up.
Yep.
Able to get some punishes.
Ooh.
Line of sight on that. Punish.
Yep. Solid damage. I'll go for another one.
Ooh, wrong direction on that one.
No, not like
Wrong
this.
direction.
Remy's keycaps. All right, so Remy, for the first time this set,
Has a lead.
has a lead.
It's going away.
It's starting to get shaved down.
Yo, he ducked under it. Soft punish. But again, he's recognizing that Ethan's going for that wake up.
Ooh,
Like,
oh
no!
my gosh, so close. Missed it by just a hair.
The highlight reel.
I know the platform was in the right
Yeah.
position. He capitalized off of it.
Had the ledge cancel and everything.
Oh, big blast.
Player 2.
Just right behind him. And that's the first W for Remy.
Yeah.
And I think Ethan is actually randoming.
Is he actually randoming?
He's actually randoming.
Oh my gosh.
3,
I just thought he was like doing this weird like weapon chaining
Yeah,
thing
no.
where he was just like, oh yeah, I played Vector, who is lance and bow, and then I go to Azoth, who's bow and axe, and then Ragnar, axe and guitars. You know, but
No,
it's
that's
just random.
the game doing that chaining for him.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Sometimes, like, the game has its mind of its own, right? Sometimes it wants you to play Ragnar 4 games in a row.
Yep.
And sometimes it wants you to chain weapon to weapon to weapon.
I mean, when it's just Ragnar's time, it's Ragnar's time.
But really, that only happens for Ragnar. It's crazy. You'd
Well, I
think
mean, when-
Vector was on.
When you have signatures like that,
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
can you disagree? Just the big Spitfire. Shoutouts to Sparky.
Yeah, shout out to Spitfire, man.
That's another one of my favorite esports moments of the year.
Things that came out of 2019.
Every single episode of Spitfire.
I need to like go back and watch the final couple episodes because I was following for the first chunk and then I just like got very distracted and busy and I need to just go back and finish off.
Oh, there's
the
some
last
gems
couple.
in there.
Yeah.
It's real good.
Have they uploaded the final one from this season?
Final one. I think they have one more left to
Yep.
toss up.
I didn't want to spoil who it was, but
Yeah.
that definitely look forward to that. New episode coming soon. Shout out to Left Stick Down.
Yep.
You can find that over on youtube.com/Bagel Productions. I never know if it's one of those like /user/name. Oh, he got the touch too.
Perfect. Just the dive kick right at the end.
Who won that last one? Remy did. That was his first win in there.
With the, as defensive would say, fuck.
How he says it?
He says it a ton of different ways, but he always has the camera zoom in like 3 times. He's like, how do you like my fudge? Ooh, caught the jump.
Yeah, looking for those neutral sigs again.
Oh, yeah,
That's
big punish.
Yeah. He was ready for that
Absolutely
one.
beautiful. It's like, you know, just similar to that moment where Remy tossed the cannonballs the wrong way. That's one of those where you're just like, oh, I'm caught.
Yeah. Like, oh, I'm gonna get this one.
I went for a read, but man. Are you kidding me?
I have things to say, but right now I'm just like
There's
kind of
just, like,
flabbergasted.
I don't even know what's going on right now.
Did you see him DI the ground pound?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, when they go for the double slide
Yeah,
kick
the
stuff,
double down light.
you'll qualify for DI, so you can get away from most
Like,
follow-ups.
what was that ground pound? He DI'd because he got double
Jeez.
slide kicked. Then went for the weapon toss. That was wild. All right, Ethan takes another one. You see that's the random head right there.
Uh-oh, the Koji?
Yeah,
But
versus
Remy on the
Vrax.
Vrax?
They could have had a 9-dex versus 9-dex match.
Coulda.
Coulda.
3,
But instead, it's 7-dex versus 9-dex. All right, we'll see what Remy's got.
Now, this is interesting because, you know, we saw Ethan doing work on the Lance earlier, and Koji is one of Remy's mainstays, but it's swapped here.
Instead, it's Remy on the Lance and Ethan over onto the Koji. I am very curious about these picks from Remy. Like, they're not picks anyone would have really expected in, like, a standard match.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, he always talks about, like, how good of a character, how good of a kit Vrax has. Like, he's mentioned that several times over, like, the competitive season, because look at it. Look at it. This legend is kind of ridiculous. So you can't deny, especially, you know, with where Lance has kind of ended up with a lot of the downlight follow-ups. Ooh, but Ethan on this Koji.
Nice hit. Didn't even take any damage.
Yeah, that was clean. It's like if you need to even it back up, that's exactly how to do it.
That's the trick. I'm also surprised to see Remy sticking with the blasters.
Yeah, I do wonder how much does he usually play of blasters?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like
because
a weapon he plays a whole lot.
It's a tricky one for sure to get the spacing down because it has that dead zone near the user, and Ethan's been doing a pretty good job being able to dance inside that.
Like, you gotta imagine Ethan has had much more practice playing against blasters than Remy has playing with blasters.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh,
Nice side
another
swing.
big signature.
He's getting those punishes. That's like the thing that's keeping Remy alive. He's getting those punishes on whiff sigs from Ethan.
Well, I mean, he knows Ethan gets greedy when it comes KO time.
Sometimes it's time to stop.
Ooh.
I like the way that he fell into that one. This is a cool visual right there.
Ooh, downlight recovery, the sword staple. Remy just tossing some fists. Does grab the weapon, but gets tagged for it.
Took a bit of punishment for that.
Ooh. Photo always loves when people spot dodge an attack and still manage to get the gravity cancel window to punish the attack.
It's not easy.
Ooh.
Ethan, though, does pick up the down air, takes another one, and he's sticking with this random. That's pretty good for Ethan. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, back on the
back
vector?
to the vector.
Okay.
Lance versus Lance.
Yo, but Vrax was like the space dog fighting champion. And space dog fighting.
Oh, okay. Well, space dog fighting is illegal, so.
Yeah. I think like his lore mentions like both of them, one with a hyphen, one without.
Is it really?
Because it's, yeah.
That's kind of funny, actually. All I know from Vrax's lore is that he like only talks to like 4 characters.
He doesn't like a lot of people,
No.
you know? He needs to respect you, and in order to respect you, I don't know, he needs to not want to conquer you or think he can conquer you. He's a very arrogant creature.
I mean, he is a lord. He's chasing for it.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a punish. That's
Yo,
a punish.
double ground pound?
That's a punish.
Slick.
Remy doesn't even need the weapons. Throws them all away.
I love just seeing like all the different chase dodge angles that people will do to get different kinds of edgeguard coverage.
I always like it when it comes to chain dodging, right? Like especially when they don't do like just straightforward chasing after you. I always think those are really cool.
And they hit like almost like the triangle jumps going on. Uh-oh, it's Lance time.
It's crazy how willing Ethan is to go off stage with Lance. Like he is super fine to just run off screen and just
I mean, hey, as far as characters go, like Vector's got a ton of signatures that will travel him back to the stage. Jeez. Another one. Yep. Necessary.
Got to get that double tap.
Ooh. Perfect
Nice.
anti-air. Ethan got sent right up above him.
Just perfect positioning. It's the softball.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
It's always like
I
a
love
little
those
bit
dodge
painful.
resets.
Yeah, it hurts to get caught by that when they hit you with a move and then don't do anything and you panic into getting hit by the exact same move and you're like, he played me.
Yup.
He just got in my brain and played me.
Oh my god.
Still not
What?
enough.
What?
That Vrax strength.
Vrax strength
what
and
is-
Vector, you know, he is made of metal.
That's true. What does he take out of for Dex stance? Is it strength?
I'd have to check.
Okay.
Oh man, Ethan just trying to find his way in. The quick dodge.
Yeah.
Just to avoid the little bit of weapon throw damage, you know?
Yo, it adds up.
Oh, Sky Laser.
He got him with
Player
it.
1 wins.
He got him with it. Remy was so close to winning. That's hurtful. But we do see Ethan going on to the next pick. It's going to be Bodvar for this one. And I think this is going to be the last one.
I think they have like a gentleman's agreement that it's just always Mammoth.
Yeah. It's kind of just been like, all right, let's just only play on Mammoth. Which, speaking of, it is the most picked map.
Oh, yeah.
Which, like, I know we kind of... That's like common knowledge almost, but also
But
there's like actual
Bagel-
statistics of it.
Bagel has some stuff, you know, they love tracking statistics
Yeah.
about the game and everything. So that's why I am very excited to see what they have to publish for the end of the year.
There's a really cool like visual graphic. I don't know if they've
Did they tweet that one out?
I thought I'd seen it on Twitter, but I have it technically. I don't want to ruin their surprises, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But there is like cool numbers that they've given, and like, I don't know if this is 1v1s or 2v2s, but like just like for context,
Does it matter?
Mammoth got picked 506 times. The next one is Shipwreck at 262.
Yeah.
Like that's how popular Mammoth is. And then in this other statistic of map picks, Mammoth got picked 452 times, and Shipwreck, which is second, got 127 picks.
Yeah.
So, okay,
People
they
like
are
the
in
Mammoth
Twitter.
Fortress. Okay, awesome.
Okay, thank you, Left Stick. Yeah, all of this you can find on the Bagel Productions Twitter, twitter.com/Bagel Productions. And there's a cool article write-up that's going to go onto their website. I said this at the start of the stream, just
nice.
in case people are coming in and they don't know what's going on. There's a really cool kind of like end-of-the-year review that Bagel Productions is going to do on their website, www.bagelproductions.com. Getting messages, that's why.
Yeah, because I mean, even the stats for like previous years, Mammoth Fortress was like at a 40% pick rate,
Okay.
which is crazy when you consider that it is just like one of the 8 maps or so.
I'm not gonna lie, I was still thinking about the message that I had just gotten in Slack, so everything you just said went right through my ears, but...
I was talking about previous years' map pick statistics. Even had Mammoth Fortress at like a 40% pick rate.
Yeah, I remember when like the first Fantasy came out, and that was one of those like kind of bonus questions. Was like, how often is Mammoth going to get picked? And I was like,
yeah.
is it that popular of a pick? Like I never really thought about it.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh wow, yeah, it's a really popular pick.
Because you'd usually be like, all right, yeah, we see Twilight Grove a fair amount. We see like Shipwreck Falls. People take others to all the time. And you'd just be like, yeah, Great Hall pops up often enough. But yeah, Mammoth is where the brawl happens.
Apparently. I really wanted, like, as a viewer of Brawlhalla, I really wanted Thunderguard to be kind of like the big thing. Just because, like, the idea of them playing in a stadium is just really cool, and
I gotcha.
I just wish we could take Thunderguard Stadium and then make it a map that the players would be like, all right, I'll play in this stadium, not that stadium.
Gotcha, yeah. Oh, but heating up here for probably the final match.
Yeah,
you
probably.
think? Remy trying to even up the damage. Wow, Ethan going for, again, these big signature reads.
Oh, snap. Weapon toss. Good thing that was not a heavier weapon, but down like ground pound.
Player 1 wins.
And Ethan is going to take another one.
That's all, folks. Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
No, thank you guys. Thank you, Ethan and Remy, for taking time out of your day to give us all a show that we get to enjoy here on the Esports Dev stream.
Thanks for being our esports boys for today.
Yeah, so in control, Ethan.
This
And
is Lazarus.
Lazarus.
It took me forever. Sparky would make Lazarus, like the biblical Lazarus references in commentary. It took me forever to register that's what was happening.
Really?
Yeah, like the first
Oh
couple
my God.
times. Because
Well, we were talking about Batman earlier, so I almost slipped in like the Ra's al Ghul stuff, but
okay,
you know.
that's fair. So there's a band. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but they have a song, and the first line is "Our friend Lazarus sleeps." And so whenever I think of Lazarus, the org, I think of that song before I think of like the actual biblical reference, which the song is referencing that.
Sure.
But like that song starts playing in my head. So when he says like a reference to that, I'm just in my head playing the song Our Friend Lazarus. Anyways,
Nice.
That's why
Nice.
I'm an idiot sometimes. Is my brain will start going in one whole other direction and not register that somebody said some.
Oh my
thing.
gosh.
Where is this one? Is this one? This is.
Oh, you're setting it up because what we do to close out all these dev streams is we give away some cool in-game item as well as community colors.
Yes, and we never really know what that thing is gonna be, but we'll find it together.
Because they get given away after the stream.
Yes.
You know, you go back to your desk, you reach into the grab bag, you pull it out, and you send it to the winner via Twitch Whisper.
Yes. So if you've been winning via Pro Brawlhalla on our Twitch channel, then you should have already gotten your Whisper. If you don't receive it by the end of the day, feel free to whisper twitch.tv/Brawlhalla, and we'll look into that. If you're watching on something else, so you're watching on YouTube, Periscope, Mixer, whatever, come on over to Twitch, because this is your opportunity to try to win some sort of cosmetic item and community color. And to do so, enter by putting in hashtag esports.
Yeah. Hashtag esports.
Sports.
Because this is 2019's year coming to a close. And looking forward to next year.
I know. It's next year. I've heard murmurs of what's going to happen. Obviously, we've already kind of pseudo announced the one thing on Twitter that kind of like announced it for us.
Right.
Which is it's already exciting that that's happening.
Oh, yeah.
And that we're going to be at that one. But some of the stuff that's going to happen next year, I'm very excited for, and I look forward to seeing y'all's reactions when ultimately we announce everything. But I do want to point out, y'all are very lucky that I didn't name this stream the esports review or rewind.
Oh, please.
2019 esports rewind, right?
No, we're fine as is.
We have statistics in this one too. Like it would have been.
Oh man.
You're looking forward to 2020? Me too.
Yeah.
Unless that said 2030 and I didn't read it properly, but either way, yeah, that's 2020.
No. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I read the name and I thought it was that person, but it's also one of those situations where like maybe somebody else had that name and I didn't want to be like,
okay.
hey, what's up? Guy who's not actually who I'm thinking of. Again, if you're putting it in YouTube chat, it does nothing. Come on over to our Twitch chat. You are who I think you are. Good. Glad to hear. How you doing,
That's
Fawn?
good. Oh man, hashtag esports to get in that giveaway.
Yes.
Giving away some cool in-game cosmetic and community colors.
It's gonna be sweet. You want to marry Foda. I think he's not taken, so you have an opportunity. I don't want to speak for him.
He's married to the game.
That's
you know
true.
How it
He
is?
kind of is. He's married to the game.
He gets very competitive, like
Brawl is
in
life.
everything.
That's true.
That's
That's like a thing for him. Is he has to be the best. If there's a leaderboard, then like he's on it.
He got to speed run burritos. Everything.
Foda loves Nye. Sorry guys. I think Asuri's like his new thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, he'll always have a soft
That's
spot for
true.
Queen Nai because that's like
That's the first.
that was back when he was a major competitor in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Nai was the jam.
Yes.
These days, it is more Asuri.
Does that make Foda Ash Ketchum? He's not trying to catch all the games. He just wants to be the best, like no one ever was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But catching them isn't really part of his test. It's just like being the best.
Yeah.
You love it already. Well, we love you, and
Ooh.
we love the community.
Unarmed
Thank you, Dova.
pro in the making.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff
Yeah.
there.
I remember, because you and I have been part of the game for a very long time, and we're on our
Yep.
little nostalgia trip while we let people join in on the giveaway.
Sure.
I remember when that was like a thing that one specific player really wanted to do was be the best unarmed player.
Uh-huh.
And he was stupid good at unarmed. And he made me very upset because I was like, this isn't how you play it. There's weapons. Come on.
Yeah, well, you know, Rashid was just feeling himself.
Yeah, I mean, he was
I
really
must
good.
be the unarmed god.
He was like pretty much famous for it.
Oh yeah.
Now we don't really have a guy like that. Who's going to be the new Rashid?
It's Sandstorm's unarmed Azoth.
Yeah, I guess.
He says, Azoth is the best unarmed legend.
I don't know, man.
That's how the meme goes.
I've seen him play it. There was a tournament where he busted out the Zoth, and I was like, yo, this is the thing of rumors, and then he got waxed, and I was like, this rumor should die.
Jeez.
All right, I think we've got a good number of people. We're going to roll this. You don't have to say anything once it's rolled because you obviously have said something to be a part of this.
Hey.
We'll make it quick. I think Pro Brawlhalla was rolling, but just in case, I'll do a couple
Pink
extras.
Kangaroo.
Pink Kangaroo.
Congratulations. You
that's
just
a
won yourself. Yeah, it's a cool name. I see in widescreen.
I don't.
It would be useful because, like, most things are.
This
these
is
days.
Speaking of, I'm gonna roll this real quick and then say my dumb thing.
Serzu Twitch.
You never know what like FOV your eyesight is, right? Like,
Oh yeah, that's true.
and then like there's that whole thing of like, what if my IRL FOV is different from yours? You know what I mean? Like, we'll never know.
Yeah.
It's just you ever think about that? No, just me. Cool.
T1 Kanakizi. Because I know people have friends who have lost some of their peripheral vision.
Oh.
So it definitely is different from
Okay.
other people's FOV. And I guess, like, just personal morphologically,
Yeah.
like, sure, there's got to be differences,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Like, everyone talks about, color blindness, which is an obvious, like, discrepancy.
Yeah.
Or, like, hey, what if your brown's different than my brown? Things like that. But no one ever talks about FOV. Just saying.
Got to find out, like, what is your max degree of peripheral vision?
I want to find the guy who's got the Minecraft, like, slider maxed out. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have basically 360-degree FOV.
They're more owl than human.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. You're here. You don't have to say anything. I know you're here because you've entered. And you're going to get all these things whispered at the end of stream. Not just you, but all these people who...
But Sean
I've been
got
at
it,
it.
and Content Border, and Cafe Dean Salata.
Cafe Dean Solana and Crisp.
Crisp 001.
Crisp.
So crisp, so clean.
Do you think of crisp like the potato chip or crisp like a crisp apple?
I think, crisp like a crisp apple.
That's fair.
Because, if we were over in the UK, then I might think of
Then you might,
crisps as what we over here call potato chips. Edge to Great. And It's Fix. Z. Scare Parachute.
Man, that's a good name. How do people
That's a
come up with these
good
names?
band name. Scare Parachute.
Scare Parachute. That's such a good name. Like, man.
Yeah.
I have dumb names. Like, mine's just my name. Like, I'm so unoriginal.
I was like, Duke X Fam. Yeah. There you are. Everywhere.
Flusher Nenny.
Congrats, you just won yourself some cool in-game cosmetic and community colors. They'll be finding their way to you after the stream concludes via Twitch Whisper, so just give it a couple minutes. And Spirit Battle 1, you just won as well.
All right. We'll end on this one. Moo FHJ asks, you're the last one. Are you going to go through the whole list?
Oh, yeah. I just want to make sure
did I?
that one was there.
Okay. Yes. Okay. That is it. For our big ways, that's the end of our esports dev stream. We have just finished giving away some cosmetic items that will be whispered to y'all via twitch.tv/Brawlhalla in a little bit. Got to go run back to the desk and pull out the bag and then dig through the bag and be like, all right, here's the thing.
Yeah.
But thank you all for watching. Hopefully, y'all kind of got to experience some of that nostalgia that we have because we've been part of this game for such a long time and we love this game so very much. And that's not it for our streams as a whole. We've got the Tuesday stream where we talk about things and talk with y'all and hang out and play games, maybe play whatever game mode is new at the time. Then we've got the Thursdays where we host community members. So if y'all like to stream at, honestly, like this time on Thursdays, then we'll host y'all. And then Fridays is where we try to teach and learn and study, and we watch Service Play Ranked.
Thursdays usually goes on around, what time Eastern?
It's 5 now.
Okay,
so
cool.
it was 1 for a little while, and then we were like, hey.
I do like
people
hopping
are-
around a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you get, like, different demographics, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. 1 p.m. works well for, like, people overseas, like European
Yeah.
people, things like that. 5 p.m. works more for like North Americans. So try some different times, see what works for people.
Very cool. And you were saying Friday, you've got you and Cirrus.
Yes, Cirrus and I hang out. I try to teach him things. At this point, it's basically become me berating him and telling him to stop spamming signatures and him spamming signatures. But, you know, the idea is there.
I mean, in these pro matches, we saw how dangerous that can be.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you got a read on one and you toss it out there, and oh
You're gonna get
boy,
caught.
the risk you took was calculated, but boy, are you bad at math. And then, you know, it's just Remy just charging over,
With a big old
thatching it up.
sig. But that's it for us. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your days, everyone, and we'll see you next time.